All right, here we go. Another trip, quick trip, fairly quick trip. Going to the store here, testing out Tesla's FSD 12.6.4, hardware 3, of course, and new area. I was over here picking up something. So this will be my first time in this particular area. And again, just wanted to see how things would react again to a new area, unfamiliar surroundings, and get it on video. Okay, so as you may or may not be able to see, it is misting slash sprinkling. It was raining earlier. It's much lighter now, but nevertheless, we are here. We hit a couple of those reflectors. Again, those just for hardware 3 aren't recognized. So that's something to be mindful of for hardware 3 folks. Hardware 4, it may or may be different, may or may not be different, I'm not sure. But that's just one of those things. But again, it's a overcast day, so you know, we will see how things are being picked up and shown, and always be an alert. Okay, so first turn, making this left, had to adjust a bit. This is like a raised or heightened center island, so not the best of turns when you have to course correct like that. It did make the turn and we weren't anywhere close to the island, but that's just a turn that wasn't as confident. It reminded me of some turning back in 12.5.4.2 where it would initially kind of just go out and see, oh, I'm about to hit, so let me kind of widen out my range. Okay, so I can't call it a full ding, but compared to what we've been used to over the past several trips, that wasn't the best turn. All right. Back at it. So I have some stuff in the back too. I had picked up something, so hopefully it's not too loud in the mic. I should have thought about that before going on film, but I'll just talk louder if I can. Open box type thing, so we'll just go with it. So it looks like in the distance we have this lane that we're currently in closed, and it has a lane indicator, so we'll see how long it takes FSD to react to that. See this detour ahead sign, and we have a vehicle approaching. I'm gonna let it ride out for as long as we can. Let's see. So that vehicle moved over so that we can move over, so that was good. FSD did recognize that that portion of the lane was closed, and now we've come back to the lane. So that's super smooth. That is what you want to see, especially in those unforeseen road circumstances, right? Where, you know, everything on GPS and everything looks accurate, it's open, but then you see, oh, it's not. So making this left looks good there. That was kind of like a blind spot left from my perspective, but FSD picked up that it was safe to go, so we're all good. Okay, so we are passing areas here, church, apartment complexes. Let's see if I can adjust this a bit. Okay, so there's some people waiting. So FSD just recognized that they got something going on and just not swerved, but maneuvered out of the way. So again, that's another plus. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for, to see a vehicle just get stuck behind someone that's clearly not trying to go. And so that was excellent. That was good to see. Just going to creep out here a little bit. Had some opportunities to go before this traffic, but we're going to play it safe, which is fine with me. We'll see how long it takes us here. And we are going now. And we're moving over. So real methodical when it comes to the turns. So we do have let's see here. We have our turn signal on, but we should be going straight. So let's see if FSD recognizes that or doesn't. And from this perspective, it does not. So that is no good. We should be going straight and onto the tollway. And now recognizing where I'm at, FSD had issues on the other side of the street through this roundabout. So this for me would be a good potential area to visit going forward in later builds, because I'm not sure what the difficulty is here in this area, but it struggles to recognize, for whatever reason, the road. So what we'll have to end up doing, we'll make this left. I may intervene because, again, we should have been going onto the tollway. Now we're in the left-hand turn lane. I'm not going, like, I could dart out and go straight, but I don't want to do that. That's illegal. So we'll just wait it out. Let's see how we handle this turn here. Good turn. Coming into turning lane. And it's not good. That's not good. We kind of just, I think it's FSD with in combination with the navigation. We just added another 3 minutes to our trip, which, again, it may not be the biggest deal, but at the same time, we should have gotten that right. Because the navigation showed, hey, we're going straight, and FSD's decided to make a left. So, and instead of me reporting it, I've just talked about it. I completely forgot to report that. So that's on me. But the next time I am over here, I'll definitely report that. I did report the one that was over here last time in the past with the U-turn. So hopefully we'll see some changes there. But nevertheless, we are coming to this roundabout. Okay, so that's good. Good turn. We got a yield sign here. No traffic, so we should be good to proceed. Okay, so we're back on the road that we were. And if I'm not mistaken, there may be... Yeah, there's an entryway to the tollway, so we won't kind of go through a loop of what we just went through, but yeah, that's an interesting call out. Okay, so we are now hopping onto the highway here. Let's see. It's just watching our speed. Speed's comfortable. Speed, on the on-ramp is with the flow of traffic, so no issues there. Let's see here. Merging over as needed, so that's good there. This is a smaller strip of tollway, so what we're doing is getting into the faster lane, but soon enough we'll need to then move back to the exit lane. But yeah, so no issues with this piece. Highway, really haven't had any issues. That's where FSD, autopilot, all that stuff excels at, so it's pretty straightforward. What we'll pay attention to is upcoming traffic behind us and how long it takes for us to potentially change lanes, and then how long it would take us to change lanes to exit. And if it's good timing or if we're waiting at the last minute to essentially make those those lane changes. So we do have a vehicle behind us, and it looks like it's wanting to pass. So on cue, FSD recognizes that, and we move over to this lane to let them pass. We have about 2.5 miles per se before we need to exit. So if this vehicle is able to successfully pass, we may go back into this left lane. There is a vehicle behind this vehicle in the fast lane, so we'll just monitor that. All right, so both vehicles have passed. We're still in this lane. This is a comfortable lane. I think FSD recognizes that we'll be needing to get off of the off this tollway soon, so we're kind of staying put. One thing to note, it looks like we're going to be taking the path of taking that on-ramp. Yeah, so thing to note for additional on-ramps through the tollway is always, for me, the speed. Now, I believe we'll luck out. It looks like there's a good amount of traffic that will keep us in line with the speed of an on-ramp. I've had those instances where we were just coming in way too hot, and it just didn't feel comfortable, right? So right now is not too bad. And as you can tell, in Texas at least, our overpasses, especially on tollways and highways, they're very, very high. So it's like to see, the sign for 50 right now, we're at 55. We've slowed down a bit. Debris in the road looks like a tire. We've dodged that. Excellent job. To hit these at a higher speed, it doesn't feel good. And in the past, I've had to take over because it's like, no. We're not, we're not hitting this turn to 250 feet in the air going 75, 80. So that has gotten better for sure. So that's good news. Coming off the exit, looking good. Speed is great. We recognize that this is an exit, so we start to kind of descend a bit. Again, in the past, same with off ramps. You're just, still doing 80 or whatever, the set limit was. Okay, so got over. That's a great job. Recognizing we needed to make that move quickly or we'd miss our turn. We're going to take this far left lane, which is correct because our next motion would be a right turn. And this intersection is a very, very strange, extremely strange way to set up an intersection. I could not even explain it to you as to why this was set up the way it was. You have a series of U-turns, like extended lane stops. It's super awkward. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how they make this work, but nevertheless, we're in a good position to finish this trip out strong. So that'll be our goal. Okay, so monitor, making sure our turn looks good. Again, as you can, just a lot of stuff going on in this intersection. Just a lot. But made it through. That's all that counts. We have our right turn here coming up, approaching our destination here, Trader Joe's. So, interesting trip to say the least. I would say for sure one of the, let's call it a negative trip because there was definitely some positives. But that initial left turn, having to readjust was not the best. And then FSD ignoring the GPS and making a left turn instead of going straight, which caused us to add additional 5 minutes to our trip, wasn't the best either. So those are things to note for this trip. Otherwise, everything else was good. So, and pluses for the debris avoidance, the construction on the lane, avoiding that, getting back into that lane. So overall, not bad. Didn't have to engage. We'll let this person go. Didn't have to engage. So yeah. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you let me know your thoughts, any feedback, and we'll go from there. All right. Have a good one.